you've been in a sense in government when you were RBI governor. When you look at the way that the government is sort of handling everything, right now, do you see them working to a plan? Do you see some kind of design or not?
Well, I think what is a little fuzzy. I mean, I certainly think the government always works hard and is working to some kind of end. What is fuzzy is what that overall sort of architecture or plan is, right? At some level, we say we want foreign investors in.
Right.
And then we continue disputing at every forum we can the Vodafone settlement, et cetera, even though we've agreed to various forms of arbitration and they go against us.
Right.
We continue disputing that. So that sends a certain kind of signal. We say we want them in, and then we change the rules on them abruptly. Sometimes apparently to favor large domestic interests. So again, people say, well, am I willing to commit money for a long time if they're going to change the rules? Domestic business, how are the rules in a particular area going to be over time? Are they going to be changed unfairly against me? Should I continue lobbying every year to make them? So businesses want certainty. They would like, obviously, fairly light regulation if possible. But whatever regulation is there, they would like it to be relatively certain and not changed on a whim.
Right.
Similarly, they would like, a reasonable sense of what the tariffs will be, what the taxes will be. If you keep changing those around, you're changing the basis of competition. Today, businesses are competing on very thin margins. And one change in an input tariff can completely sort of demolish the business case. So I think we need to recognize all that and have a much more structured process. And of course, there is some worry that, sometimes big policies are decided without consultation, in back rooms and then come out and they create, major disruptions. So it is quite important to establish, fairly clear processes of consultation. Government after government in India has said it will do that. It will make transparent the process of policy setting and consult widely. But this desire to shock and awe, to do policy by jhatka, is always there because you feel nothing's moving.
Right.
But policy by jhatka today, as Dr. Raghuram Rajan pointed out in a article just yesterday or day before, doesn't work. It maybe worked when we were doing reforms for the first time, but today there's so many interests you need to consider.
Sure.
You still have to make the bold move, but the bold move doesn't mean an ill-considered or in a move which doesn't have consensus behind it.
Well,
we need to build whatever consensus we have and then push where, you can't build further consensus, but take all the interests and constituencies into account when designing it. And that is something which will help more policies get through. And we certainly need reforms. I have no doubt about it.